So now we're going to look at the software that we need to install down to put this USB stick together. First of all, we need to have a utility that will take the ISO file that we're going to take from my standard Linux Mint installation, and that's UNetBootin. But first of all, I'm going to download a utility that will verify that what we're going to download, the Linux Mint, is what we think it is. So I'm just going to go to Google Raymond's MD5, and it'll probably come back to this page here, which is the home page for the author, and I'll include these notes somewhere on the video. So if I scroll down and look to here and click on download it, it will take us to his page, and then we click on the download now. It will take us to the hideousdownload.com website. Click on the download link, which happens to be this one, I hope and pray. At least I can kill the volume. Right, finally we've got the pop-up to save and download it, so I'm going to save it, and there I've got it down. I've got a duplicate because I've downloaded these before, but I'm just showing you what you have to do. I'm using Microsoft Edge, which is the default web browser for Windows, because it's what you'll all have. I don't use Windows, but I expect a lot of you do out there, and I'm trying to wean you off that and look at doing things in a more secure manner. The next utility I'm going to pull down is something called UNetBootin. Okay, and you should be able to get it from this website, UNetBootin. So, and hopefully your URL will look like that. Just double check it, make sure it is the right one. I'm going to click on download. I'm going to save it. It's going to download and only take a couple of seconds. Let's have a look, view the downloads, and it takes a few moments or so. So there we are, it's downloaded, and I'm going to install it. So the UNetBootin is something that that you install. I think, I'm not sure that it runs it. No, it's not installable, it just runs as is. Okay, so if I go and look at my download directory, I've downloaded the utility twice, so I'll get rid of that one. So UNetBootin is not an installer, nor is the checksum utility. So we've got, let's run the checksum utility. Right, and that's there, so I'll get rid of the download directory. Oh no, we've been attacked by more advertising on download.com, so we'll get rid of that. So finally, we're on to linuxmint.com. I use linuxmint.com for the XFCE version of Linux Mint. It's a Ubuntu derivative, and it's really light on its feet, so you might want to investigate it later. I'm going to click on 18.2, which is currently the current release, and I'm going to choose the XFCE 64-bit edition. Okay, so before I start, I could do that one, but no, I'll leave that till a bit later. So we'll go off and download it. So you pick the country that's closest to you. Where's me? Where's the UK? Okay, so you click on it, download it, it's fairly simple, save, off and go and do it. Right, so I've already done it. So the thing that I'm really interested in next is actually verifying that what I've downloaded, we'll go back to the download folder. So the that is the ISO, that's one I duplicated, so I'll get rid of that and cause it less confusing. So that's the ISO that we've just downloaded, for example. So we clicked on that, we chose our mirror, and we've downloaded it. Now I want to verify the ISO. I click on the release, and I click on this checksum file. And this file here will now contain all the fingerprints of all the ISOs that are available on the 18.2 release. Then we go back to the utility, which checks the checksum. So we're going to point it at the ISO that I've downloaded. So it's Linux Mint 18.2 64-bit. You can see that corresponds to that one there. And then we're going to open it, and it's going to run. And this is going to take quite a few moments, so I'll click on pause and rejoin you in a moment. So you rejoin me at the time when it's done the MD5 check. Actually, this is an SSA 256, it's not an MD5. So, does that look like that? Oh, it's looking good. So if we look at the first four characters, 2DCF, quick scan, yeah, let's always look at the last four. 6E9B, 6E9B, fantastic. So we have downloaded what we think we should have downloaded. You can go and look at various mirrors to actually look at and check the checksums. It becomes a bit of a rabbit hole, verifying the checksums. Can get a bit paranoid about it, but at least you should check once in a while and make sure you know what's going on. So next we're going to look at UNet Bootin, which is a utility that runs on several different platforms. You can get it for both Windows, Linux and the Mac. So you could be coming from a Mac environment and you want to have a go at this and keep a machine specially for it. And all you do now, having run UNet Bootin, I need to put in my stick into the side of the laptop that I'm going to burn the Mint Edition to. So I'm going to come out of that and run it again, because I didn't have the USB stick in. Okay, what am I doing? I'm pressing on the wrong one. I want to do UNet Bootin, and when I run it, I think I'll find it should pick up. It's going to ask permission first. Yes, it's picked up the D drive as the one that has the USB stick in. So now I'm going to find the ISO that we want to burn, which is the Linux Mint XFCE, and now I'm going to say OK and go do. I've redone this before to test it, so I'm just going to say yes to all, and it's going to go off and do it. Normally you wouldn't see that if you'd put an ordinary blank USB stick in. Generally burn your reformat your disks FAT32, and then they'll work on every operating system. There's some cats and provisos to that. If you're putting large files on a stick, but generally speaking, stick to FAT32 unless you've got any particular reasons not to. This actually takes quite a time, so I'm going to hit pause again. So folks, down a long and winding route, we've got to the end. So if we close down, get rid of that, and then go to this, we can see that it's all ready to go, and you can either go to here to eject your disk, which is one of the best ways to do it. Another thing you can do on Windows 10, drag your little eject icon there, and that will stay down there. So if you've got a USB stick in, you can click on the USB stick icon and eject the disk. There we go. And there we're done. So those are the steps. That one's optional. That one's essential. We need a tool to burn the ISO, and those are our steps to find the ISO from the Linux Mint site. There we go. So we're all done. I'll see you in the next video.